Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 344. We are here reviewing the Dekaranger versus Abaranger film. Yep, a film I have seen before, but I never viewed it before. It was one of the four remaining movies, and now let's talk about here. I should mention there are three left. Those three being Bokenger vs. Super Sentai, Kyoranger vs. Goldbusters, and Tokusou vs. Kyoranger. So there's approximately three movies left I have seen, but I've never reviewed them. So, this movie is a lot of fun. In the case of, in the case of what goes on with the Abaranger stuff, it's more consistent what they did with the Hurricaneer stuff. Kind of. Yes. Uh, basically, we do see Dekarangers basically after Hake, all of a sudden they get a message, oh, there's three individuals rampaging in this small area, and they get there, it's the Abarangers in their rampage mode. Why are they rampaging? Well, because of a crow, who turns out to be the villain of the movie. Yes. A shapeshifter. And his name is Gavaju Sajin Kazuru. Yeah. They don't believe him first, and of course, the rest apparently for destruction property, and they're basically put in jail. Though we do see when they're demorphed that Riju has cut his hair. Yes, believe it or not, in Ryoga, yeah, he cut his hair. Like, pretty much in the way either that or he basically straightened his hair out. Yeah, because his hair does look different. It looks more straightened out than it did in Abaranger. Yep. So, yeah, and Renosuke is basically still a chiropractor. Well, Yokoto. Renru is still an engineer. Not exactly showing exactly what she's doing, except they were different places and they're basically called Japan. And Jasmine does her Esper thing, and I think they're lying, like, oh yeah, they seem like they're Hello Sentai. And of course they call them amateurs, despite the fact that they fought a organization. I have read also apparently this takes place 6 months after the events of the series, so yeah. So after everybody, and of course, like Ranru being impressed by the Dekaranger technology, and of course Yokoto, when he meets up with Doggy, he does notice something wrong with his back, and then he proceeds to treat him, kind of forcefully. He even takes off his coat apparently. Yes, we see Agaku briefly without his coat on, and they treat him. Like he says, you miss one every 2,000 swings. He's like, how did you know that? He's a chiropractor. Yes. It's like, she ran away, just squeezes little stuff there. It's like, ow. Yeah, for someone who's a dog, we don't see his tail. Probably because we don't really need to, per se. It would be kind of weird if we did see his tail. So, since Render is looking around with the technology, and Yokoto is basically treating Doggy Kruger, so Rugia, along with Bond, decided to go visit this curry master that he mentioned. Yeah, he mentioned curry master. Is it Stu? Is it Segi? Nope. Apparently, Dino House has become a food franchise. Yes, a franchise. So he is not in charge. The president is Trianoid 12. You know, the perverted crocodile from Abaranger. Yes. And of course, here's kind of thing also that in SPD, when the Downtown the Rangers met Dog Cougar, they actually wanted to attack him because he looked different. Like, they basically did a pose like want to fight, and I think it was Sky basically like, wait, this is our commander. This is our commander Kruger. Yes, which I should put in the Sentai. The Rangers do not react that way at all to Dog Cougar. Not at all. I mean, they're friends with a Trianoid, who only appeared for one episode of Downtown via Dream Sequence. Yes. Yeah, and by the way, we apparently this guy is working with Agent Abra, who's seen very briefly in the movie. Just to do his normal thing of handing out grunts. So they revived Trinoid number 0, who apparently is the strongest Trinoid. Apparently he was sealed, and apparently also he's a necromancer. Yes. And also apparently he was a creation of Makila, the same person who created Trinoid 12. He apparently kept his Gringo Beam batteries with him, and also his like red energy thing. So first thing he does when he wakes up, he revives 2 alienizers, Succubus and Ganito. Now this is interesting given the fact Ganito had just been killed off. In terms of where the continuity is placed, he had just got killed off. Just not even 2 episodes prior to events of this movie. Like, he just died. Succubus died in episode 23. And of course they do a normal thing and well, and then of course basically where Gavajan or Kazakh. Let's go Kazakh. So Kazakh like discovers, oh yes, that's where he kept things. So they fight him outside the office, and he ends up a little gambling, and they, and of course like during the course about you have Ryoga look at the clock like, oh crap, and then quickly makes a phone call to his daughter Mai, who's in America, who's well they mentioned it just seen prior that she is basically she's been scouted to be an actress. And of course, he promised to call her just before she went into, her audition, which he did. And of course, Bond chastises like you, what are you doing? Taking a phone call during the middle of battle. Like he's basically like I'm a professional cop, and Ryoga's like, I am a professional father. Yeah, because they still make it back to his parents. Now, it was Carter mentioned in the previous series that he actually adopted her. It was actually his niece that he adopted to be his daughter. Which, that actually does kind of happen. Nothing unusual about that. So, he explains a bit later. And, of course, they try to do a ritual. And meanwhile, though, you have... Get this. Okay, so you have Yokoto, Sean, Hoji, and Taken basically taking on Ganino. Yeah, these 4. It's like, oh yeah, let's basically have like 4 guys. Like, oh, his weakness is the thing is chest, and of course, Yokoto is like, no, that's not his weakness. It's actually have a spine, and in many ways. Meanwhile, all 3 girls take on Succubus. Because, of course, they do. So, and apparently I think it's up here bloodlust, not before. And apparently also, Succubus has not been recognized as Jasmine, the same woman she tried to seduce in her debut appearance. And Taka like, yeah, he does recognize him because he killed him. But he does not tell Yokoto that this guy killed his parents. What? Yeah, seriously. And of course, this red jewel, of course, that comes into play a little later. So, after Bon and Ryoga are knocked off a roof, and then, of course, they combine their powers, supposedly beat him, like, okay, you're charging my thing, and then of course like, yeah, let's just go to the beach area, this cave, which Sentai loves using this area. I think even Kamen Rider uses it too, where they revive more bad guys. Basically, we have Psychosis' brother, Bo Goblin, Benji, and Melibur. Benji was seen back in episode number 13. It was somebody who was from Dog Cougar's past. Yeah, and once again, he was defeated by Dog Cougar. Bon Giblin. He's with Alba Red, Alba Blue, Alba Black, and Deca Yellow. Which they have this funny thing later on. When I think when they fight when it's when fight Melbourne, it's Deca Red, Deca Green, Deca Blue, and Alba Yellow. We have where she has and Rand's like, hey, can I borrow your rifle? And then of course he borrows her gun and fires it off. and then Bond and Shun's like, okay, let's swap our weapons. Nope, we both suck, and then we hand back, and then eventually he's defeated. It's quite funny. Oh yeah, and as for we have, get this, you have Udon team up with Deca Break, and during the course of battle where Trinoi 12 like, okay, let's summon our strongest warrior. Like, they think it's going to be the main one of Abaranger. Oh no. Like, here he comes, the strongest warrior in hell. And all of a sudden we see Top Galer come out of hell. Like, what? Oh, before this also, when we have Bond and Rigo battling him on his rooftop, Asuka returns. How? He detects something bad happening, so that's why he's here. Oh, and also, if he's here, like, he's back. Abba Killer's back. Yep. And then, of course, then they all morph, do their roll call, which is so awesome. And you have basically I think it's Milbar. His opponents are Doggy, I think it's it's Doggy. He's like, and of course she's like, why am I with two whites? Well, you're with the black one. Yes, so she's with basically her mentor, her teammate, and one person from another team. Yeah, this thing of like, oh, let's have basically swapping like 3 monsters, and eventually defeated. And of course, Trina Zero is defeated too, and of course, Kazan summons his own mecha, and of course, well, obviously, because he's a Trinoid, he can basically summon up Rain and make him giant size. Of course he can. So we have the Deca Robo and the Deca Bite come out. And of course, Asuka's like all sad, like, man, we should. And Top Gear is like, well, we should basically fight. You watch. And then Brachio shows up with Tyranno, Pentra, and Chrono. They're basically back. And if you're curious, where are the auxiliary Zords? Not here. Yeah, they don't return after Abaranger wrapped up. Yeah, just these 4 can return. And of course, they form their Megazords, and they of course beat the monster. And then we have a celebration party at Deca Base, where it's revealed that Siggy and Doggy know each other, because Doggy was his first real customer. And it's like, oh, you're the head of Earth Branch. Awesome. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And of course, it's just funny seeing Asuka talking to Swan. You see his other hand, like before this, we actually have the girls basically all just like, we have Emmy. Yeah, she's here too. Our glasses. You have Emmy, Ran. I think it was Emmy, Ran, Ukuto basically all in the bathtub. and try not to hesitate because so many of course they chase him around. It's funny seeing Asuka talking to Swan. He's like, how much like, oh crap, it's his wife, his daughter. Oh, but Alba Killer after 12 was defeated, he returns back to the dead. Oh, don't worry, he'll be back. In Go Kaiger. How, you might ask? It's kind of weird. I'll get to it later. But yeah. Yeah, it makes a brief appearance along with her daughter, who's still a baby. Yep. But the ending was so fun. We see seeing Bon and Ryoga basically have an eating contest. This ending is so funny, and I kind of wish we had this in the previous few movies where they had this big celebration. Now, in Power Rangers, the only time I could think of when they would team up and they have a celebration afterwards, they did for Reinforce the Future. I know that for sure. Let's see. Did they do it for? Well, the Down Thunder and Ninja Storm? Nope. Not even the SPD and Down Thunder? Nope. Yeah, Power Rangers only did it once, as far as I could tell, when they would team up and they have a celebration afterwards. The movie itself, was a lot of fun to watch. It's only 45 minutes, but damn fun. Yeah, good movie overall. Okay, so you could say possibly this movie takes place, I'm guessing at this. It's kind of weird that this is after the series. They say it's only been 6 months because they had a time skip with that one. So, did they have a reunion before that? I'm guessing it takes place exactly 6 months after the ending of Abaranger. Like, after 6 months later. That's my guess, anyways. Yeah, but fun movie overall. Definitely I would enjoy it. This movie that Singing Again, Bruce Beck movie is a lot of fun. Is it better than? Oh, by the way, during the course of the battle, I forgot to mention this. We have all the fighting going, and of course Dekaranger, and of course Bond's like, Commander, what are you doing here? Yeah, the Marine commander of the Special Police shows up, and it's Kaz in disguise. And then Abaranger sees, oh, it's Yosuke from Hurricaneger. You're here. And it's revealed to be Kaz. But it was funny seeing basically even though it was just basically an illusion, just basically negotiated him. It's nice to see we have a Hurricaneger in a crossover with Dekaranger and Abaranger. I thought it was so fun seeing that. Excuse me. It would have been nice to see, like, outside of the anniversary stuff, it would have been nice to see more than 2 red Sentai Rangers. Yeah. I would like to say that. That would have been quite nice, but too bad with just illusion. And he did just because he wanted to play with them. But great movie all. Loved it. Okay, so that's pretty much it particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, notifications, and do the dislike button. Gonna have to save basically next week for tomorrow, and with next episode will be, well, they can make an announcement for that one. But until you see you tomorrow, bye.